to MSI Tech online class. Today I'll be solving this question. It's a past question for waec 2015 and it's a little bit long. So I want you to pay attention, get your pen and your book, get them ready so that we can reason together and solve this question. So let's take a look at the question. The question is, a water reservoir in the form of a cone mounted on a hemisphere is built such that the plane face of the hemisphere fit exactly to the base of the cone, and the height of the cone is 6 times the radius of its base. Number 1, illustrate this information in a diagram. Number 2, if the volume of the reservoir is 333 raised to power 1 over 3 pi, calculate correct to the nearest whole number the volume of the hemisphere and the total surface area of the reservoir. Take pi to be 22 all over 7. Wow, this question is a little bit long, but we need to take it step by step. Now, the first thing to understand is you need to know the shape of hemisphere and the shape of the cone. Now let's just draw something like this for you to understand. We have something like this. Okay, we have something like this. This is H, and from the question given to us, where the question say the height of the cone is 6 times the radius of its base. The radius of its base. This is the radius and is 6 times. That is the height, which is H, is 6 times of this radius. Now, the next step is to understand that the volume of reservoir equals to volume of reservoir equals to volume of a cone plus volume of hemisphere. So I want to represent this with this symbol. The volume of reservoir equals to the volume of a cone plus volume of hemisphere. So let's represent hemisphere with H, because hemisphere start with letter H. Now, for us to get the volume of this R, which is the volume of the reservoir, it has been given to us in the question and is 33. Okay, 331 all over 3 pi. The volume of a cone is 1 over 3 pi r square H, while the volume of hemisphere is 2 over 3 pi r cube. 2 over 3 pi r cube. Now, you don't need to cram this, you just need to understand. The volume of reservoir is 333 pi 1 over 3 pi equals to 1 over 3 pi r square H, which is the volume of the cone, plus the volume of hemisphere, which is 2 all over 3 pi r cube. So now what we are going to do, we are going to have 333 1 over 3 pi equals to 1 all over 3 pi r square. H is given to us as 6r. I believe you understand that. So this will give us 2 all over 3 pi r cube. Now we are looking for r. So how can we get this r? That is the challenge we have in now. So 3 here we are going to have 1, and 3 here we are going to have 2. So this will give us 333 1 all over 3 pi equals to, if you look at this, we have 1 here, this one, there is 1 here. It's very, very significant. So you need to take note of that 1. There is 2 here. Bring this 2, use it to multiply this. We are going to have 2 pi r 2 plus 1 raised to the power 2 plus 1 plus 2 all over 3 by r cube. Now you can change this to improper fraction. This is mixed fraction. You can change it to improper fraction. Doing that, we are going to have 3 times 333 plus 1, which will give us 1000 raised to the power 3 pi equals to 2 pi r raised to the power 3, because 2 plus 1 will give us 3, right? So this one plus 2 all over 3 by r raised to the power 3. Now why can't we just take this one as a fraction by dividing it by 1? When you divide it by 1, it still remains. So what we are going to do now, we are going to rearrange this in a way that it will be very simple for us to solve. I need to understand. I need to tell you that when you are solving mathematics, you don't need to be panicked. You don't understand it. Will you kill yourself for that? No. So you need to calm down, and when you calm down, you'll be able to reason. So mathematics is ability to reason, not only to get the answer, but to think. Now, when you get to this side, let's manage this side. We are going to have something like 1000 pi all over 3 equals to this 3 multiply this. We are going to have 3 brackets 2 pi r cube, right, plus this one multiplied by this. We are still going to have 2 pi r cube divided by 1 times 3 will give us 3. Now we can open the bracket by saying 1000 pi divided by 3 equals to 3 times 2, 6. 6 pi r cube plus 2 pi r cube divided by 3. Now from here we can do what we call cross multiply. Cross multiply, this 3 will times this 3 will times this. Doing that, we are going to have 3 brackets 1000 pi equals to 3 bracket 6 pi r cube plus 2 pi r cube. Okay, now multiply this. We are going to have 3000 pi equals to 3. We are going to have 6 pi r cube plus 2 pi r cube. We are going to have 8 pi r cube, right? So this will give us 300 pi equals to 3 times 8. We are going to have 24 pi r cube. Now remember that we are looking for r, so we divide this by 24 pi, divide this by 24 pi. This will cancel this. R cube will give us 3000 pi all over 24 pi. Pi will cancel pi. R cube will give us 3000 divided by 24. So from here we can divide this, and when we divide this, we are going to have r cube will give us 125. So find the cube root of r. We are going to r will give us cube root of 125. So r will give us 5 centimeter. Wow, this looks somehow strange. It's not strange. Just calm down. In case you find it difficult to understand, as I explain now, you can just quickly go back from the beginning. Since you are in the control of this video, watch all over again, pause, and you'll discover. Now we want to find the volume of the hemisphere. Remember that the volume of the hemisphere is given to us as 2 all over 3 pi r cube. So now the volume of the hemisphere will give us 2 all over 3 pi r cube. That is the volume of the hemisphere. Now we need to apply V, which is volume of the hemisphere, will give us 2 all over 3 times 22 all over 7 times 5 cube. Remember the value of R is 5. So V will give us 2 all over 3 multiplied by 22 all over 7 multiplied by 5 times 5 times 5. Now you need to understand 5 raised to power 3 is not 5 times 3, because if you do that you are going to get it wrong. So it's 5 in 3 places, which will give us V will give us 2 times 22 times 5 times 5, 25, 25 times 5, we have 125 divided by 3 times 7. So this will give us, volume will give us 2 times 22, we have 44 multiplied by 125 divided by 3 times 7, 21. So volume will give us 5,500 divided by 21. Now when you divide this, we are going to have 261.9 centimeter cube. That will be the value of the volume of hemisphere. But remember, the question says we should round up the volume of the hemisphere to the nearest whole number. Doing that, the volume will give us 262 centimeter cube. Now let's move forward. I told you this question is a little bit long, but just follow the step, you will get it. We want to find the total surface area. Total surface area of the reservoir will give us pi RL plus 2 pi R squared. Now we know pi, we know R, but we don't know the value of L. So we need to go back to our drawing board. You saw something like this before, something like this, where you have R here and you have 6R here. This is L. L here is called slant. It's not length, it's called slant. Now how can we find the value of L? Remember, R is 5 centimeter. Then 6R will give us 6 times 5, which will give us 30 centimeter. That means the height will be what? 30 centimeter, and the radius, which is R, will be 5 centimeter. So this will now lead us to what we call Pythagoras Theorem. In Pythagoras Theorem, if we have something like this, A, B, C, this is the longest side and is AC. The longest side will come first, which is AC squared equals to AB squared plus, AB squared plus BC squared. So label this A, B, and C. Apply this Pythagoras theorem. We are going to have this AC, that is L squared, equals to AB, which is 30 squared, plus BC, which is 5 squared. So this will give us R squared will give us 30 times 30 plus 5 times 5. 30 times 30. Okay, class. 30 times 30 will give us 900. 5 times 5 will give us 25. So if you add this together, we have 925. That is L squared. So L will give us square root of 925. Then finding the square root of 30.4 centimeter. Okay. Now we are going back to this place. total surface. Now we want to find the total surface area of the reservoir. Remember, the formula to find the total surface area is total surface area equals to pi RL plus 2 pi R squared. So this will give us 22 all over 7 times 5, which is R, then times 30.4, okay, plus 2 times 22 all over 7 times 5 squared. Then this will give us 22 all over 7 times 5 times 30.4 plus 44 times 5 times 5 divided by 7. So if we multiply this together, we are going to have 3344 if we multiply this together, we are going to have 3344 divided by 7 plus 1100 divided by 7. You need to understand that this is addition of fraction, and when you have the same denominator, you just pick one out of the two, then you add the numerator. So this will give us 3344 plus 1100 divided by 7. So now let's add this together. When we add this together, we are going to have 3344 11100. Add them together, we are going to have 4444. Give us 4444 divided by 7. Okay, if you use your calculator, you divide this, you are going to have 634.8. 634.8. Round it up to the nearest whole number, you are going to have 635 centimeter. Okay, sorry, centimeter square. Since we are finding total surface area, oh, sorry, it will be meter square. Pardon me for that. Meter square. I believe you understand this, right? Okay, thank you very much. I believe you understand everything we have done so far in this class. In case you have any challenges, you can always get back to us via WhatsApp number rolling on the screen. We are going to answer your question. Thank you. Until I see you next class. My name is still the same, Mr. David, your best friend from Hemisphere Edutech online class. Bye.